All right, let me take you right into the storm, the moment everything flips upside down. Picture this. A conference room way up on the 27th floor, glass walls reflecting the cold skyline, and the air so thick with tension you could slice it with a paperclip. This clause, it flips the liability. If you sign this, sir, your company takes the fall. That's not coming from some high-powered lawyer, but from Maya Williams 16, wearing borrowed sneakers and a janitor's badge, standing like she just walked in from the wrong movie. Everyone freezes. Jackson Hale, silver hair, tightened to the boardroom, pin suspended over the dotted line. His wife Clara's jaw tenses, and those two oil-slick Texan suits in the corner, Derek Vaughn and his buddy, start smirking like it's open mic night at the comedy club. "Excuse me," one of them says, and suddenly you know this isn't going to be another boring merger. Maya's finger doesn't shake as she points to the page. It's on page 14. It means if anything blows up after the merger fraud, lawsuits, whatever your company gets buried. Vaughn's side walks away spotless. And you could see the panic ripple, everyone glancing at screens, scrolling, flipping, searching for the fine print she just exposed. She shouldn't even be here. She's the janitor's daughter, someone whispers. But Maya? She doesn't blink. Thing is, 8 hours earlier, Maya was doing her regular thing, sorting shredded files, wiping glass, her mom vacuuming down the hall. No drama, no questions, until that folder popped up in the copier tray, final draft, merger agreement. Most kids her age would have ignored it, but Maya's not most kids. She's the kind who writes school essays about how Enron collapsed and binge-watches business documentaries with her granddad. So she opens it, and boom, buried in legalese is the trap, a clause that dumps all the risk on Hale Investments if things go bad. She shows it to her mom, gets scolded, "Don't mess with her stuff unless you want us both fired," but her mind's already racing. Now, back in the boardroom, Jackson Hale's hand is shaking just a little as he scans the contract. "You say it flips liability?" His voice is too steady, too careful. "Maya, stand her ground." "Yes, sir." It's dressed up as standard language, but it's a setup. You sign that, and your company's toast. Clara snaps, she's a child, but Jackson is locked in, flipping to page 14, seeing what no one else did. And then Derek Vaughn tries to laugh it off. "You're taking advice from the cleaning staff now?" But nobody's really laughing. Jackson lowers his pen, and after a tense pause, signals security. They escort Maya out, but as she's leaving, she catches Jackson's eye. For a second, he doesn't see the janitor's daughter. He sees the person who just saved him from signing away his legacy. And the contract, it stays unsigned. The next morning, Hale Investments feels different. Maya and her mom are stuck in a lobby, hands folded, waiting for HR to decide their fate. No water, no answers. Maya finally whispers, "I'm sorry, Mom," but Denise just shakes her head. "I cleaned this building to pay bills, not so you can play hero." Still, Maya can't regret it. She saw something no one else did. Upstairs, Jackson sits alone in his office, rereading the clause Maya pointed out. He cross-references old contracts, runs checks on Vaughn's firm, and starts to notice a pattern a little too clean, a little too coordinated. His wife Clara calls, "Try to brush it all off. You're letting a teenager get in your head," but Jackson can't let it go. Not after what he saw. Meanwhile, Maya gets a mysterious email from a former employee, Robert Barnes. "You saw it too?" Suddenly, she knows she's not the only one. Barnes sends encrypted files showing Vaughn has run this scam before. Target a company, dump liability, walk away rich. Maya's hands tremble as she digs deeper and finds Clara's name tied to offshore transfers. Her mom mutters in the background, "Power marries ambition." Always has. One night, Jackson spots Clara laughing with Derek Vaughn at a private lounge. Derek slipping her a flash drive more than friendly, less than business. Jackson's world tilts, ball rising in his throat. At the same time, Maya's laptop lights up with more dirt. Clara's been moving money overseas, trying to empty the company's accounts. Jackson gets an alert from the bank, just in time to stop a massive transfer. The betrayal is coming from inside the house. Then, an anonymous audio file lands in Jackson's inbox. Clara and Derek, plotting to bury him if he digs too deep. Jackson forwards it to his attorney, clarity burning through the fog. Clara isn't just involved, she's running the con. Maya, meanwhile, pieces together everything at the city library with Barnes' help. 3 destroyed companies, all linked to Vaughn and Clara. When Maya tries to meet Barnes, she finds only an empty apartment and a warning note. They know I'm helping you. Don't come back. Jackson, desperate, meets Victoria Chan, a sharp civil rights attorney who tells him, this isn't just fraud. It's organized crime. But the real hero is a 16-year-old janitor's kid. Maya returns to the tower, sneaks past security with help from a sympathetic staffer, and Jackson greets her not as an employee's daughter, but as a partner. They set up a war room, whiteboards everywhere, timelines, shell companies, offshore accounts. Maya, Victoria, and Jackson, unlikely allies in the middle of corporate warfare. One night, Maya and her mom sit on their fire escape. Denise, scared, confides that someone threatened to wipe Maya's school record. Maya's voice is steady. This is my fight now. They used us as cover. Not anymore. At the Hale Foundation Gala, Jackson grabs the mic and calls out the culture of trust gone wrong, hinting at betrayal inside his own house. The room buzzes. Clara freezes by the champagne. The crowd starts whispering, and Maya watches the city lights from her bedroom. More files in her lap, until her laptop screen goes black and her phone buzzes. Stop digging, or we dig first. Maya grabs a Sharpie and scrawls on her notepad, not backing down. The firm's servers go down for maintenance. HR monitors emails. The financial district hums with rumors. Anonymous whistleblower, halted merger, smells like blood in the water. Jackson sits calm in his office, ready for war. Clara, meanwhile, receives a photograph in her mail. Jackson, Maya, and Victoria circled in red. You're losing control, the sticky note reads. Derek Vaughn, ever the smooth operator, warns Jackson at a summit. Go public and you'll ruin more than me. Your wife, your company, your legacy. Jackson shoots back. I'd rather lose a company than live a lie. Meanwhile, Maya's mom gets a call from School Simone's accusing Maya of being disruptive. Maya shrugs it off, but Victoria files for whistleblower protection, and soon the story breaks. Teen whistleblower halts billion-dollar merger. Jackson calls an emergency board meeting, hands out the evidence, and tells his team, help me clean house or watch it burn. One by one, they nod. Clara and Derek plot a counterattack, but Maya, from a city bus, records every move on her phone. The game isn't quiet anymore. Monday, Hale Investments is a battlefield. Compliance teams work overtime. Clara hisses at Derek over the phone. It's not Jackson, it's the girl. She's turning the whole tower upside down. Derek's reply is icy. Maybe it's time we remind the world who holds real power. At school, Maya gets a threat note in her locker. We know where you live. Stay silent. Stay safe. But she takes it to the principal, and Victoria gets her and Denise a protection order. Jackson receives a cryptic message. She's not worth it. He calls Victoria. Can you get federal eyes on this yet? She says they need someone to testify publicly. Jackson agrees she'll do it. The Chicago Tribune headline the next morning. CEO exposes internal conspiracy. Teen whistleblower unravels billion-dollar scheme. Jackson holds a press conference. A 16-year-old girl saved this company, the same company that never saw her beyond her mother's uniform. The crowd outside Maya's apartment grows, signs waving. We believe Maya. Truth has no age. Denise squeezes her daughter's hand. They're here to thank you. Derek, staring at Maya's photo on his tablet, tells Clara, kids don't bring down empires. Symbols do. Let's break her before she becomes one. The courtroom is packed for the trial press, public, the world watching. Victoria lays out the case, piece by piece. Maya testifies, calm and clear. Just because I clean your floors doesn't mean I don't see the dirt. Jackson admits his blindness on the stand. Clara crumbles under the evidence, her voice hollow. I wanted her gone because she saw what I'd worked so hard to hide. The verdict? Guilty. Fraud, forgery, obstruction 10 years. No parole. Clara and Derek's empire crumbles in a heartbeat. Outside, cameras flash, reporters shout. Maya just says, truth doesn't depend on your title, and justice doesn't care how clean your shoes are. In the aftermath, Hale Investments restructures. Clara's name is erased from books. Derek's assets are frozen. Victoria becomes Chief Ethics Counsel, and Maya gets a full scholarship. Jackson announces the Maya Williams Fellowship, thunderous applause filling the very halls she once cleaned. Later, Maya gets her Columbia acceptance letter. Jackson tells her, "You earned your seat at any table." Maya asks, "Do you regret any of it?" Jackson looks out at the city. "I regret not seeing it sooner. But I don't regret who stood up when I couldn't." Clara is led away in silence. Her power gone, her name now just a footnote. And in Jackson's office, Maya's envelope sits on the shelf above his most treasured awards, next to a plaque that reads, "Truth isn't loud, but it lasts." The foundation they all rebuilt isn't made of marble or steel, but of a single unstoppable voice, the one nobody saw coming. You tell me, is it right? Was it just? Or did they just swap out one set of suits for another? Hit the comments, because in a city like this, justice is never as simple as guilty or not.